Sir Alex, Sir Alex, I have a question. What do you think what will happen in the real estate market this year in 2024? I would like to get your opinion. Thank you.
So this year, 2024, we may see a very tricky real estate market. There are a lot of talks floating around that the Bank of Canada may start to cut the interest rate starting this year, and this may happen during the beginning of the spring market or towards the spring market and during the fall market. Although this is just predictions or speculations, as you guys know, that nobody have a crystal ball, and even the economy sometimes gets it all wrong. So I'm going to chime in on what I think what we may see happen this year. So number one, this year it will be a very tricky market. We just exited the 2023 with a soft market due to the interest rate hike that we experienced last year to combat the inflations. Having said that, it is now an election season, and as you all know, that during the election season, politicians do make drastic changes. And the first changes that we may see is the interest rate cut, in which in reality is very counterintuitive to what we're trying to accomplish, which is to lower the inflation. So as you guys know that the way to lower the inflation is for the government to reduce the spending and increase taxes, in which that's what we should be doing if our purpose is to lower or combat our inflation. The second thing that we may see happen is the bank will start to lower their interest rates, despite of what the Bank of Canada would say. And we already start seeing that in some banks. We may also see different programs will be implemented, such as taking out the stress test or other schemes such as fixed rate um, will be much more competitive than the variable rates. So these are more likely that we may see happen this year. At the same time, we all know that Toronto is always going to be Toronto. So we always have a shortages of supply and demand when it comes to real estate because of our immigration policies, and that will translate to more even activities in the market. And we may see this happen during the springtime. However, I will be very cautious of these activities that we may see because this might short live. There are going to be some pockets in the market that we may see more supply. For example, those ones in the pre-constructions, the buyers or investors or one of the investors trying to time the market that bought in the pre-constructions in pre-2018 market when the interest rate was at 2.5% that are scheduled to renew their mortgage this year. Those guys are probably going to be underwater by now and are desperate to sell. So those are the ones that we're going to see more deals on, especially starting now, especially the ones in the north of Oshawa, townhouses that the landlord can no longer keep up their mortgage, are the ones that we're going to see having a good deal on. On the flip side, in terms of politics and geopolitics, we may see a lot of noise, especially during the elections in season, especially in the south of the border. America is now fighting a two proxy front end war right now in Ukraine and Russia, second one in Israel and Palestine. And who knows, we may see America fight a third proxy front end war in the Pacific, which is Taiwan. Depending on who will win the US election, it is very likely that we may see China will make a move on Taiwan this year. In that case, America will be fighting a three front end war. So I should probably know that there is no one in history have ever fought and won a two front end war, let alone fighting and winning a three front end war. And this, once again, if it ever happened, will have a huge ramification in our global economy, affecting our global supply chain, which brings to another point of we may go back again to raising the interest rates to combat the inflation, which what I have said in the beginning. That's why I said it will be a very tricky market. So in summary, in 2024, we are more likely to see more activities in real estate market. I wouldn't be surprised if we see bidding wars again. At the same time, there are a lot of deals in pre-constructions market that will be happening from the burnt out investors wanting to exit the market. So between now and when I'm making this video in January, there are a lot of good deals happening in the market. A property that you can buy now and make money on equity once the market flips over. So the ones that are sitting right now on cash are the ones that are benefiting or will be benefiting in this uncertain market. And this is when we're going to see the even more widening gap between the rich and the poor.